Hey everybody, Tim here with another James Bond review. We have the third movie, From Russia with Love. So this movie came out in 1963, and this movie's probably the most famous for introducing Desmond Llewellyn as the character of Q, which they don't actually call him Q. I think they do say quartermaster. But that's a role, he does it for like 17 movies. He goes all the way through to the Pierce Brosnan series. And he's a great character, so it's kind of fun to watch him. To be honest with you, this movie as a whole, this movie did not really do it for me. I wasn't a huge fan of this one. This was the final Bond movie that was viewed by Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, which is kind of coincidental because the first book came out in 1953 and this movie came out 10 years afterwards. Overall, like, I thought this was an interesting movie, and it was okay. It had some really kind of fun scenes going on, but just the double cross and the really long scenes, maybe I just wasn't in the mood for this today, but it didn't do it for me. I think I prefer Dr. No over this one, at least so far. So for example, we see, this is the first movie that actually has like the title song from, in this case it's From Russia with Love, which I remember after I first binged all of these movies, years and years ago, I fell in love with the music, and I just, like, the title songs are always great, and at the time, like, I still had, like, my iPod and stuff like that, and I took all of the title songs and I put them on my iPod, so I had, like, this long list, and it was just the opening or closing title song for every single movie, so that was kind of cool. Like some of the scenes I really like the opening one where we see the henchmen are basically testing their abilities against Bond, and it's a very Mission Impossible type scene where we see him kill him and he has like the cool little gadget, and then he like rips the mask off and it's not Sean Connery anymore, it's some other guy. This movie introduces Blofeld, who is associated with Spectre, and it's kind of funny because, like, you don't see him, like, his face, you just see him, like, in the white coat, and he's petting the white cat, so that's kind of cool. And he is referred to as number 1, and then there's 2 other people. There's number 3 and number 5. So I don't think that's a coincidence that they're all odd numbers going on. But again, it's kind of funny because, like, I've seen Austin Powers so many times, and so seeing the cat and, like, number 2 and stuff like that just kind of made me laugh. We finally see James Bond. So this movie is basically about 2 hours. It's a little bit shorter. We don't actually see the real James Bond until like 18 minutes into this movie. And he's with his girlfriend from the first movie, and she even references, like, the last time you left me, you left for Jamaica, and that was like 6 months ago. So I like how they kind of tied it in. Overall, like I said, this movie was okay. Like, I really like the battle sequences. I really like Q when the quartermaster, when he's introducing things like the briefcase, and here's the flat knife, and here's the gold medal, and here's all this. They had some really great scenes, but like there's so much of it was the double cross and like trying to keep track of which character was which, and then of course just him at the end in the boat with the girl, and like for a while, like the whole train sequence, I was like, is this whole movie just on a train? Like, I don't know. It just, for whatever reason, it just didn't go with me as well as it probably should have. It was a bigger success than Dr. No was, and I'm sure I'm gonna get like attacked for saying that I didn't like this movie that much, but I don't know, just sometimes they don't fit right. Maybe if I rewatched it tomorrow I'd like it a lot more, but I don't know, just me. So for those who have seen this Bond movie, what did you guys think as a follow-up to Dr. No? What did you think about seeing some of the great classics like Q and Blofeld? And what did you guys just think about this movie overall? Or like the whole gypsy scene where they're like the 2 women are just like attacking each other. Like, just could have taken that whole scene out, wouldn't have missed a beat. So what did you think about this movie in general? Go ahead, let me know. I don't have too much to talk about because I didn't like it that much. So thank you guys for everything, and I will have a lot more to say, I promise, for the next movie, Goldfinger.